The wave of criticism that grows stronger is now hitting HYBE, the agency that manages BTS. The public demands clear answers. Why until now has there been no official statement regarding Jungkook's health condition after the issue of him being rushed to the hospital spread? Is the agency's silence a communication strategy, or rather a reflection of indifference toward the health of an artist who has become a global asset? Since that shocking news emerged, various media in Korea and internationally have highlighted one thing: the absence of clarification. A situation that should require firmness is instead filled with question marks. Fans known for their loyalty have begun to ask, why did HYBE only release a vague short statement without clear medical details? Why does the company not provide transparency that should be a public right, especially for the millions of fans who have long supported BTS's success? This phenomenon immediately ignited a wave of broad discussion. In the modern entertainment world, the health of an artist is no longer a personal issue, but has become a public interest. Jungkook is a global icon, the face of Korea's music industry, and a figure with extraordinary influence. If a figure as big as him can fall ill without clear information, it is natural for questions to arise. Does the Korean entertainment industry system truly place idol health as a priority? Or is health only an issue considered once it has already become a crisis? Public reaction is becoming harsher because a similar pattern has repeated. Every time idols experience health problems, agencies tend to only deliver short statements. Currently resting, condition stable, or still under monitoring. But behind those formal sentences, there are no details, no transparency, and no effort to explain what concrete steps the company has taken to protect its artist. This situation creates the impression that health is only used as a temporary narrative, not a real priority. Industry observers assess that failure to provide clarity can worsen the agency's image. HYBE, as one of the largest entertainment companies in South Korea, carries a huge moral and professional responsibility. The public demands answers. Does HYBE have strict health protocols for its artists? Is there a system ensuring balance between a busy schedule and the need for rest? Or is the system currently in place only oriented toward financial gain without considering the limits of human capability? The absence of clarification from HYBE has also fueled wild speculation. Social media has become an arena of discussion full of question marks. Some suspect Jungkook experienced extreme fatigue, while others speculate that this condition is only part of a marketing strategy to draw public sympathy ahead of a new music project. But without official confirmation, all those assumptions only prolong uncertainty. And within that uncertainty, the credibility of the agency is increasingly at stake. On the other hand, pressure from fans cannot be taken lightly. BTS is not just a music group, but a global phenomenon with a fan base that has extraordinary social power. They are capable of raising small issues into global trending topics within minutes. So when millions of fans demand transparency about Jungkook's health condition, it is not merely an emotional expression, but a global call reflecting collective anxiety. The question is, how long can the agency endure without giving clear answers? Public communication experts assess that an information crisis like this can backfire. In an era of information openness, the public is increasingly critical of communication practices considered manipulative. The absence of clarification can be interpreted as a form of neglect, even considered as a deliberate attempt to cover up more serious facts. If this perception grows stronger, HYBE's reputation can be eroded not only in the eyes of fans, but also in the eyes of the international public that places significant attention on health issues in the entertainment industry. Furthermore, this situation opens an important discussion. Does the Korean entertainment industry as a whole truly care about their idols' health? Or does the existing system only demand high performance without providing room for recovery? This question becomes even more relevant considering the many similar cases that have happened to other K-pop artists. Fatigue, burnout, even mental health problems have surfaced repeatedly, but the communication pattern from agencies remains the same: brief, vague, and lacking transparency. Fans now demand more than just perfunctory statements. They request clarity, openness, and real proof that Jungkook's health is truly being cared for. Hashtags pushing transparency from HYBE. have begun to echo on social media. Emotional support that is usually shown with positive messages has now shifted into firm demands directed straight at management. Is HYBE ready to face this pressure? Or will it instead continue to persist with a silent strategy that risks worsening the situation? In the end, Jungkook's case is not only about the health of an artist, but about the moral responsibility of an industry. HYBE now stands at a crucial crossroads. Respond with transparency and maintain public trust, or continue to close itself off with the risk of losing credibility. The international public now waits, fans keep pressing, and the media will not stop asking. A major question then echoes. Will an idol's health continue to be sidelined for the sake of industry interests? Or is it time for major agencies like HYBE to place artists' welfare as an absolute priority? The wave of criticism against HYBE is growing stronger, and this is not only a matter of delayed communication, but also concerns the moral responsibility of a giant agency toward the artists they manage. A fundamental question arises. If a star as big as Jungkook does not get an official explanation about his health condition, what about other artists who may not have as much public spotlight? Does the agency truly prioritize idol health and welfare, or is it more focused on maintaining image and financial profit? The absence of an official statement from HYBE has created a vacuum immediately filled by public speculation. Some link the alleged extreme fatigue with training schedules, promotions, and preparation for new music projects. However, others speculate that the news of Jungkook being hospitalized may have been exaggerated merely to attract attention. An equally important question is, to what extent can we as media consumers distinguish which facts are valid and which narratives are deliberately constructed to create drama? In this context, ARMY's reaction is highly significant. Fans demand transparency, but is such transparency truly possible in an entertainment industry known for being highly protective and often tightly sealing off artists' personal information? Or will transparency only be given insofar as it benefits the narrative the agency wishes to maintain? We must ask further. Has this industry truly learned from previous cases, where idols' health was often sacrificed for performance? Or is the same old pattern still repeating? Social media adds to the complexity of the situation. Information circulating on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and even international forums often cannot be verified. The next question then arises. Are we witnessing a reality, or only trapped in a vortex of rumors deliberately amplified by algorithms? Is it not the case that every time we share or believe information that may not be true, we are contributing to strengthening speculation whose truth is unclear? A skeptical attitude is very important, but is the public already critical enough not to immediately believe dramatic narratives? Or do most instead prefer to sink into sensational stories because they match their emotional expectations of their idol figure? Here lies the problem. The entertainment industry not only supplies entertainment, but also creates imagination that often obscures actual facts. Are we willing to continue remaining in a passive position, only receiving what is presented without questioning its validity? A provocative question arises. Could the news of Jungkook being hospitalized be nothing more than a fabrication designed to shake the media, create temporary panic, and eventually draw public sympathy? If so, how should we judge the ethics of such a strategy? Conversely, if this news is true, is the agency's silence not actually a form of negligence that deserves harsher criticism? This phenomenon brings us to a broader reflection on how the Korean entertainment industry treats idol health as an asset. Are idols seen only as economic machines that must continue to work without stopping? If so, are not the risks they bear far greater than what the public understands? And why do we as consumers often neglect the human side of idols, as if they are merely characters in a story without physical and mental limits? Each of these questions demands us to rethink. Is the news we are reading now a representation of reality, or a media scenario deliberately crafted to generate commotion? Is the narrative of Jungkook's health truly happening as reported, or merely part of a communication strategy never clearly explained to the public? The information we present comes from various channels, ranging from social media to unofficial reports that have gone viral. However, it is important to remember that the truth of all this still needs to be verified further. Therefore, we invite you, the readers, to maintain a critical and skeptical stance. Do not rush to believe